This conference will now be recorded.
Hey everybody, it's 2:30 on Wednesday, so it is now time for our Monday through Thursday 2:30 podcast. This is the podcast where you will hear the science of what actually happened to you and others during the opioid crisis. That's all we do here is science, okay? Which is what separates us from the psychiatrist, who in the book that I'm writing, I'm toying with the idea of calling them psychiatrists slash astrologers, because Dr. Karl Popper, the father of modern science, he equated the two. He equated psychiatry with astrology because they're both based upon the same type of pseudoscience. And it was the pseudoscience of astrology, well, actually, I did say that correctly. It was the pseudoscience of psychiatry that brought us the opioid crisis. Um, they just did not pay attention to the real science. Now, the real science is on the screen right in front of you. Okay, as I'm writing the book, I'm going through everything, every graphic we've ever made in the past, and this one really caught my eye. I remember when I made this. This sums up so much. You can see the two charts there. One's got a lot of gray, one doesn't. Okay, we use the gray to color code things that are abnormal. Okay, and you can see on that chart. Okay, the chart on top is our people when they're in withdrawal. Now, I don't like to use the term withdrawal. I like to use the term signature disease. But most people are used to the term opioid withdrawal, so for that reason, I do continue to use that term. But the chart there on top is our people when they're sick. Okay, whether you call it opioid withdrawal, whether you call it signature disease, the chart there on top is our people when they're sick. And then the chart below it are people who have never taken opioids before. Okay, now what's identical about both these charts is that they're in the same condition. Okay, nobody in either one of these charts is taking an opioid. Okay, and it raises the question: why do our people get sick when they don't take an opioid, but opioid naive people don't get sick when they don't take an opioid? Okay, that's the main question. What happened? What changed? We know that you guys went out and bought heroin and fentanyl and pills because you couldn't stand the sickness. Okay, but what's driving that sickness? And so we actually took the data and went to artificial intelligence, and that's the two charts below there that I call the Easter egg charts, because that's kind of the color of Easter eggs, that pink and blue. And we ran our own DNA data and we fed it into artificial intelligence. I'm not sure we're the very first people ever in the history of the world to feed DNA methylation data into artificial intelligence, but we're up there. Uh, we were some of the, we may have been the first. I haven't found anybody that's published anything. Um, every time we try to publish it just, we get shot down. But we may have been the first to actually successfully run DNA methylation data through artificial intelligence. And with artificial intelligence, you have the option of looking at visuals instead of getting a whole bunch of numbers and stuff. Artificial intelligence can show you a picture. And we asked artificial intelligence, do you see one population based on DNA, or two? Are these people the same population? Are these people the same? And as you can see from the two graphs there, the pink and the blue, artificial intelligence clearly saw two separate and distinct genetic populations. And so that's what's driving those two charts is the genetic difference. Now, you can ask, why are people genetically different after they take the opioids? And that's the main question. Nobody warns you that you would be changed genetically and possibly permanently, and possibly in a way that the changes could be inherited. Nobody warned you that would be the case. Okay, and if you wonder if our science is real, okay, there on the bottom, okay, that little graph, that's our data. We also use artificial intelligence for this, but this is a type of very highly sophisticated analysis of data, and it's what's called a Permanova test. Okay, a very sophisticated type of statistical analysis, and what we're looking to do there is see if our data is good. And anything that has a p-value smaller than 0.05, and there you see is on the far right there, our p-value is way smaller. than 0.05. So you're looking at real science here. Now, the psychiatrist, no. According to the father of modern science, Dr. Karl Popper, what the psychiatrist does is not real science. It's a pseudoscience. It's in the same category as astrology. Okay, and just like your horoscope, okay, well, in case you didn't know this, astrologers are where we get our horoscopes. So what Dr. Karl Popper is saying is that the diagnosis from your psychiatrist is about as accurate as the horoscope from your astrologer. And that's the point that I'm looking to make here. Okay, the diagnosis from your psychiatrist is as accurate as the horoscope from your astrologer, because both are based upon a similar pseudoscience. Okay, whereas what you're looking at on the screen there, that's real science. Okay, and the psychiatrists don't like it when we call them pseudoscientists. They really get upset about that. And so what they've done since 1992 is they've reinforced themselves at all level of government bureaucracy. Okay, and they now have control of the power and the money, and it makes it hard for the truth to come through. And that's a lot of what's behind this opioid crisis. So we'll hold here for today. Please contact me, send me an email, send me a text, send me whatever. Okay, I'm putting together another email to send out to everybody. If you're not getting my emails, I do not have your address. Okay, I don't. So I need your correct email address. Don't forget to like and subscribe to us. Don't forget to post this podcast on your social media and everybody else's social media. A lot of people need to hear the truth. And we will see you guys back here tomorrow, being Thursday.